So this is huge. We can create our own custom functions inside of Python. We're going to get much more in depth into this in the next few videos, and later on, we'll talk about the object-oriented programming side of Python, where we'll elaborate much more on objects and functions or methods within those objects. But first, back to our simple little function here, I want to talk about passing arguments or passing a value into your function. So right now, anytime you need to print out hello world, you just make a call to our hello function. That's it. Make a call to it and it's going to print out hello world. Huge, right? We created it once, just reuse it. Now, let's make it even more dynamic. Let's make it so that when somebody, whoever that is, whoever, makes a call to our hello function, we're going to require them to pass in a value to give us something to work with. That's where the parentheses come into play. Remember that? I said we'll come back to those. Your parentheses deal with any arguments that your function is asking for. In our case right now, our function doesn't ask for anything. You just say hello func, hello underscore func, open close parentheses, enter key, run it, done. It does its thing. Now I want to ask the user for a value. I want to get something back from them, put it into the function so that hello underscore func can do something with it. Take a look. In the parentheses, I'm going to ask for first name. I want to get their first name or a first name value. And we're going to treat that as a string value. Okay? So now, instead of just hello world, we're going to say first name. So we'll say hello func. So when somebody calls it, they got to give us a value. Then we're going to print out hello plus whatever they pass to us. In this case, the value of first name. So now to make a call to that, you make a call just like you normally would, just like we saw earlier. We'll say hello underscore func. But now I'm going to give it a value. So I'm going to put my name in there. I'll close the parentheses. It's now asking for that argument, that information to be passed into the function so that it can then do something with it. If I now run my procedure or run my module, I'll F5, and there's hello Kyle. Just like that. I can run it again. I can copy and paste this thing multiple times using the same function, right? We'll have George. Gotta like George. We'll have Fred, and we'll have Harry. How's that sound? So one function, right? But now I'm passing a value in so that it can use it and do something with it. So I'll F5. Hello, Kyle, George, Fred, and Harry. That's it. Create it once, reuse it. Now we're making it more dynamic by requiring an argument of value to come in so that we can then use it. And we can do this with whatever. We can create another function here. Let's get rid of this. Let's say def, let's see, add nums. And we'll bring in a couple arguments here. We'll say arg1, arg2. So there's the definition for this new function here called add nums. And all this thing's going to do is take, it's going to print out arg1 plus arg2. All right, that's it. Now we'll go ahead and make a call to it, add nums, and we'll give it two numbers. Oops, there you go. All right, we'll go ahead and save that, and I'm going to go ahead and run it, F5, and there's my 4. That's simple. Define your functions, and now make it even more dynamic by asking for some information so that the function can do its job, whether it's text or some numbers, and then printing out some math. Try this out. Create a couple functions, get a feel for it, and require some parameters or some arguments to be passed into the function itself.